Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I am going to be teaching you how to win this glorious last man standing Cody Rhodes, and this is advice for all last man standing, so if you're watching this at some point in the future, this will also help you. So first of all, let's take a look at the deck. The deck is the most important part, and setting up the deck is what we're going to be doing today. So as you can see here, I have 6 right arrows, 1 left arrow, and 1 up arrow. So that 1 up arrow does not help us. When tag matches come along, that up arrow is going to be a huge hindrance because you're going to clash with every single card there. Now my females, I have a down, up, right and left arrow, which again is not useful for us. And now as you can see, we can't change this. We can't swap any of the cards because that is our top cards. However, we can manipulate this, and that's what I'm going to be showing you what to do today. So first of all, let's go into males. So we have this lovely left arrow Omos, which would be really good because left arrow would tag with any of our 6 right arrows along with the Undertaker, and even if we've got 2 left arrows, at least they won't collide with one another, so they won't get the boost, but they won't get any negatives. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at rig books, we're going to remove his equipment. You can see the Omos already in there, and then we're just going to equip the same item to Omos. And now through using the items, through using the equipment, our top 8 is only right and left arrows. And we're going to do the same for females. Now the females are a little bit difficult because we've got this down arrow and up arrow, and neither of those can be changed because they're far too powerful. So what we want to try and change is the right arrow and the left arrow and change them to an up and down arrow. But our up and down arrows aren't very good. We have a fortified 1 Cody and we have a fortified 1 Carmella, who are much further down than what I would like them to be. So these two don't have any equipment on them, so let's put equipment on Cody. First of all, we're going to put the strongest equipment on these 2 girls to try and push them up. And you can see there that our top 4 is still including Bailey, and that right arrow just isn't going to work for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into PvP and we're going to go into momentum. We're going to swap over these and we're going to change that to Carmella. We're going to change that to Kaylee Ray, and hopefully you can see our top four females have now all changed to up and down arrows. So if up and up tag together, there won't be any negatives, but if up and down tag together, you'll get that bonus, and if down and down tag together, there won't be any negatives as well, which gives you the highest chance of getting your wins in. That is still showing Bailey for some reason. It shouldn't, because Bailey is not in the top 4. That's a little bit strange. I'll just check that again. So if I go to male, yes, and go back to female, yeah, it goes Carmella and then it goes Kaylee Ray, and then Bailey is lower ranked than both of those. So if we go back into last man standing, view deck, that's not right. You know what? Let's actually exit out and then go back in, and that should reset it. Because our Bailey is lower ranked, and there you go. All you need to do is to do that, because you can't autofill this and you can't swap any of these cards yourself. So all you have to do is you have to wait for Supercard to do it for you. And now we have a much better team. We have 2 left arrows that tag with all 6 of our right arrows. We have 2 down arrows that will tag with both of our up arrows, and that means that there isn't going to be a point where we're screwed over, where there's a female tag and you only have an up and a left arrow, or that we only have 2 males left and you've got, a down and a right arrow. Because now if everything's all left and right arrows, or if everything's all up and down arrows, then it's not possible to get a negative on last man standing. And that will certainly help you in the later parts of the arena. There are some arenas that it comes down to a point where even if you use all your blocks and even if you use all of your reveals, then there's still going to come down to a point where you'll lose all 4 of your lives, and there's going to be a 50-50 chance. You have to break through those ones. Those ones are designed to just try and kill you off. But once you break through those, then you'll get the ability to use 2 blocks and 2 reveals. So don't feel disheartened when you get to those levels. Just keep going, and you will progress through. And then there's a point after the top arenas. I think it's certainly after Arena 100, I think, that you start getting to a point where there's more things that will kill you than there is possible ways to avoid them. So even if you use both your reveals, even if you use both of your blocks, and even if you use all 4 of your lives, they're still going to get a point where it's a 1 in 3 chance of you actually passing the arena or just getting killed. So make sure you prepare for that ahead of time. There's no point in using the point doublers at the very beginning. I would say wait until at least Arena 15 before you start using point doublers, because the points that you make by Arena 50 are, so much more than the points that you make in the first 10 arenas. The first 10 arenas don't even matter towards the end of it. And you'll see that yourself when you start looking at the leaderboard, and you'll see some people have incredible amounts of points, and other people, that are on the same level as you, don't have. So that is my advice for Last Man Standing. So just go in there, try your best. I would say use your lives first, and then once you're down to only 1 life left, use your blocks and use your reveals. Basically, you want to hit as many obstacles as possible early, and then you want to try and start making a chain of wins before you cash out. That's the best way to make points. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you're on the journey to try and get a Cody Rhodes, then I hope that you get a very, very nice one. I think any of these Cody Rhodes is going to be very, very cool, but I think one in the top 5,000, about this point here, see where it goes green, silver, this little dash there? That's the point where it's going to be better than an Event Pro. Anything like these ones here are actually going to be about the same as a regular WrestleMania 38. Anything from about 4,000 upwards is going to be better than an event card. Anything from the top 2,000 should be better than a single Heroic Pro of an event card. Anything within the top 600 is going to be stronger than a double Heroic Pro, which means that if you've got the double Heroic Undertaker, if you get something in that top 600-ish, then he'll be even stronger than that, and then anything above there is just going to be the strongest cards in the game. Of course, if you get number 1, that will be legitimately the strongest card in the game at this moment, and nothing's going to replace that until the next Clash of Champions or Last Man Standing or another PvP event comes up. So it's well worth going for this event, for no other reason than it's a brand new Cody Rhodes. Of course, he just returned at WrestleMania. And I'm just going to show you one last thing before we head off. Go into Cody Rhodes. And if you've been playing for a while, then those are the additional images that you have for Cody from the last time he was in WWE. The only thing that I'm really disappointed is that CM Punk left the year before Supercard came out. Otherwise, we could have CM Punk cards, like a CM Punk common, but unfortunately it left just beforehand. But this is going to be a very, very cool brand new Cody Rhodes. And also, this is our first WrestleMania 38 Last Man Standing card, which I think has got a lovely background. WrestleMania, the big horses and everything, really, really fantastic. So well worth going for. That is going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.